Hi, and welcome to Karen's Kitchen. Today we're going to make traditional Hanukkah dish, potato latkes. You can make them all kinds of ways. You can make them with sweet potatoes. You can even make a lighter, healthier version with zucchini. But today we're going to make them the traditional way with potatoes. First we're going to start with the potatoes. I use store-bought Simply potatoes. I've made these so many times I know exactly how many potatoes are inside. There are 4 cups. I'm going to take my bowl and line it with a dish rag, clean dish rag, and I'm going to put the potatoes in the dish rag. And then I'm going to take it over to the sink and I'm going to squeeze out all the moisture. So usually there's not too much, but there might be. What I'm going to do now is to squeeze the potatoes to try to get as much moisture out as possible. These are pretty dry. Nothing's coming out. If you make this with zucchini, there will be a lot of liquid that will come out, and make sure you get them as dry as you can. Next, we're going to start combining our ingredients. So I'm going to put the potatoes into the bowl, and then I'm going to start adding my ingredients. I have 1 chopped onion. Drop it in. Next, I have 4 eggs. They're already cracked. Drop them in. And I'm going to start squeezing these around, and the best way to do this is with your hands. You can use a spatula, but your hands is the best way to get everything incorporated. Next, I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of flour. It's just regular gold medal flour. Sprinkle it on. 1 teaspoon of salt and 1 teaspoon of baking powder. And then mix it again. Just want to make sure everything's incorporated. And that's it. And now we're ready to fry it. So I'm going to set up my frying station and I'll see you in a minute. Pouring in the oil and heating it up. We're going to let this get hot before we start putting in our latkes. I'm going to take 1 potato, 1 little shred, and put it in. And you'll see it's just sitting there. And when it starts jumping around, it tells me the oil is hot and ready to start frying. As you can see, our 1 little potato shred is starting to jump around. It tells me my oil is hot and just about ready. So I'm going to take just a forkful and put it into the frying pan. Every year we have a big family Hanukkah party. Obviously this year we're not going to be able to do that, but I want to give a shout out to my cousin Leslie, who we always spend the afternoon together frying latkes, and it's one of my highlights of the year, so I'm going to miss you, Leslie. So I'm going to show you when you can see that your latke is ready to be turned over. You can see how the other side is getting brown. And everybody likes theirs a different way. Some people like them thick and potatoey, and other people like them very flat and crispy. There's no right or wrong about this. When we have our family Hanukkah party, I usually make 20 pounds of potatoes. There's around 30 of us, so it's a lot of potatoes, but there's a lot of people, and some of us, that's all we eat is potato latkes. We don't eat the whole rest of the dinner, which I make a whole full-on dinner. So that's a real treat that we have once a year, and it's the only fried thing that I make. When our kids were young, we used to have a children's Hanukkah party, and I made 1,000 cookies and 1,000 potato latkes for this party. And we invited everybody that we knew who had children. They didn't have to be exactly the same age as our children, but we wanted everybody to be able to experience a Hanukkah party. So we had a big Hanukkah party and it was a lot of fun. My daughter Kimberly is doing it now with her children in Austin. So these have been frying for several minutes, and you're just going to have to watch them Depends on if you're using a freestanding fryer or if you're doing it with oil on your cooktop. But just when they're to the brownness level that you like them, then take them off. And you put them on a cookie, like it's a cookie rack, with just a brown paper bag to absorb the oil. I'm gonna let them cool off a little bit and then put the condiments together. Another trick that I like to use is whenever I'm making latkes, I have my window open so that the aroma will waft down the street. And I also keep on a small pot of mulling spices, just so that the whole house doesn't smell like latkes.
Not that that's a bad thing.
Not that that's a bad thing. Our latkes have cooled off and it's time to plate them and enjoy them. So I'm gonna just put 2 on the plate, and we use applesauce. My sister-in-law Polly usually makes homemade applesauce. I'm having to use store-bought this time. And sour cream. And do I have any volunteers?
Yes, I will volunteer.
Thanks for coming to Karen's Kitchen. Happy Hanukkah and happy holidays, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Enjoy.